Hello Internet, it's AndrewMycol and welcome to today's news video. And in today's news video, we are going to be talking about Fortnite putting Season 8 ads back on YouTube. So, if you like news like this, if you like any gaming news, then make sure you leave a like and also subscribe if this is your first time here, so that way you don't miss any new content. Now with that being said, also make sure to check out my Twitch channel and my Discord server and my Twitter page, which will all be in the description down below. With that being said, let's get into today's video. Alright, so if you haven't noticed, in the past month there's been a little bit of some weird stuff going on with YouTube, especially in this whole month with this Adpocalypse2 as they call it. And there was this one guy called MattsWhatItIs, and I'm not really going to go into whole detail about that, but the main point I did want to focus on is that Fortnite was one of the main companies, including Nestle, Disney, and Grammarly, included to pull their ads off of YouTube after this guy named MattsWhatItIs made a video about how YouTube facilitates child pornography on innocent kids videos. And while his video did blow up a little bit, the way he went about all this with, you know, trying to instead take down the ads that were on YouTube, that way YouTube can lose all their money, really just make it seem like this guy was not really trying to go for trying to solve this problem of the child prawn stuff that's been going on. By the way, yes, I know I'm saying prawn for a reason, and it's because I don't want to get this video or my channel taken down on YouTube. So I'm not going to say that, and I'm not going to say CP in the title, which I will be referring to in a little bit. So, Fortnite, like I said, was one of the companies, including with Nestle and Disney and Grammarly, who did pull their ads off of YouTube, and they did release official Twitter statements, including Grammarly, and I'll sum it up, and it pretty much said that they weren't happy with the way YouTube was handling the situation and how there was this child prawn stuff that was going on, and so they basically pulled their ads from them because they didn't want to be associated with that. And how this whole situation, or how Matt found the situation, was he basically exploited this way where when you see these little videos from these innocent little kids, sometimes you'll see these comments where they're really fucking awful, and I'm gonna say it, it's really fucking awful when you see some of these comments that are on there and just so dark and so bad, and it's just some type of pedophilia content. By the way, I'm misspelling that too. I am not taking any chances with YouTube on this. And so the more this guy went and found these childish videos, he saw more of these disgusting comments, and it is a problem. And it's one of these problems where it's one of those things where YouTube doesn't do anything until it's too late. But the way after Matt made this video that got to 3 million views, he started doing live streams, and instead of keeping and talking about this problem, instead he targeted the way YouTube was getting ads from companies who are making these advertisements, were giving YouTube money on these videos that had this type of content. But the problem with this is that the content itself was just videos with these little kids, and it had nothing really to do with that. It was just more the comment section that was down there that was really making things bad. And yes, of course, the YouTube algorithm is not perfect, and of course the YouTube algorithm can do stupid things. But then Matt started targeting these companies, and Fortnite was one of these people to see his video, and they pulled it off from YouTube. And a lot of people were getting scared because Adpocalypse2 seemed like it could be another big deal, like we saw with Adpocalypse1 from 2017, where YouTube had to make themselves more family friendly because advertisers were leaving YouTube in the sense that things were getting too violent, and especially their Call of Duty YouTubers who were really starting to blow up, so YouTube removed those ads, and people were starting to have to make a different type of side income with that. But with this Adpocalypse2, after this Matt person basically showed his true colors in these other live streams, and if you saw from these other videos that he made on his other channel, it does seem like the way he did this, and basically with all the YouTubers that I have watched speaking on this issue, it does seem like this Matt person did this not to be the hero to stop this child prawn stuff going on, but because he wanted to literally take down YouTube and everyone that was on it regardless of who was on it, and regardless of how some YouTubers who I watch personally on a daily basis are being affected by this. Now, what I said about this is my thoughts on this. The way this guy went about trying to take down this child prawn stuff really is just a bad thing, because honestly, if you're a YouTuber, I'm a small YouTuber and I am not monetarily backed by YouTube, but I know some of the, I don't know them, but the YouTubers I do watch on a daily basis are affected whenever any removal of ads goes by, because that's how they're getting money. That's some of the ways that they are getting money. And when you have this Matt person come around trying to screw everything up, it seems like as if he really didn't care that he was going to take everyone down with YouTube. But the thing is, because Matt showed his true colors, it really doesn't seem like this Adpocalypse2 is going to be lasting any longer. Which moves it to my next point. So, earlier today when I was scrolling through Twitter trying to see if anything had changed, what was interesting is that there were at least 2 or 3 people who noticed that Fortnite was running an ad on YouTube for Season 8 of their game. Now, I thought it was just me when I was seeing this, but apparently on Monday, I also saw a Fortnite ad on YouTube basically talking about how Season 8 is going to be coming back and how Season 8 is going to be the new Season 4 Fortnite. And obviously Fortnite's not dead, and I don't think at any time soon it will be. But besides the point, Fortnite making an ad on this basically means that it does seem like they are going to basically take more trust into YouTube, while YouTube really wasn't the ones that tried to adjust anything. And with YouTube adjusting things comes a bad thing with their algorithm. So whenever YouTube got called out by this, where people were starting to see these child prawn stuff, this resulted in YouTube manually removing content with the phrase CP in it. So all the Pokemon Go channels who had CP as the combat power for their Pokemon got taken down, including Mystic7, which I did see a couple of his videos, and yes, CP was in his tags, but not for the child prawn, but mainly for, you know, the power of the Pokemon. And so some of this stuff was accidentally taken down, and YouTube rectified that. Now, with this basically means that, I hate to say this, but sometimes YouTube does some things that they shouldn't do, and sometimes, or in most cases, the algorithm catches a lot of things, but YouTube just simply, humanely can't do it themselves, because they need the algorithm to fix all these different mistakes, but the algorithm can't catch all of this. So my thing to this is, if anyone is watching one of these kids videos, or if you're watching a younger kid's videos, if you see any of these comments that look like as if they're targeting these little kids, make sure you flag them, make sure you delete them, make sure you do everything you can to take these comments down, because this is such a complex problem, because it's not just one simple solution where you can find the main source of these comments and see where they're coming from, because honestly, you can't, because some of these comments come from people who have just made Google accounts, and so even if you take them down, they can just make another Google account and come back on YouTube and make the same stuff every now and then. And so it's like, you really can't solve this unless you find the people that are using these accounts. But like I said, if they delete these accounts, then you can't really find them. So it's a really complex problem. But hopefully with Fortnite coming back, maybe we'll see Grammarly coming back, because Grammarly was known for being one of the bigger, more known companies that would run ads all the time on here. And yes, we are seeing some ads on YouTube, but not as much as I would normally see them. Like, normally the people I would think would have ads on their videos, I'm not really seeing that many ads nowadays, but sometimes I will, sometimes I won't. But still, my main point about this is that when I saw this first thing come up, when I saw this whole Adpocalypse2 thing, I was like, oh dear Lord, we're going for another ride, aren't we? And then I see this video, and I see the thumbnail of this Matt person, and yes, it was really convincing. But when you look at all the stuff Matt has said, and when you look at how Twitter has responded to this Matt guy as of today, his account has been suspended, by the way, so you can't even go comment on his stuff on there. But the bad problem about this is that this Matt person, a lot of people found out that what he was doing was instead negatively hurting all the YouTubers that were on here. And so basically, he went from this so-called trendy hero that could help bring YouTube to light. Instead, he milked it for views and then literally wanted to take down YouTube in every right that he can because of his own failures. And of course, he's done YouTube 2 times. His first YouTube account, which if anyone wants to go look at that, please don't, because his videos were worse, if not as bad as mine. But the way he did this, some of the creepy stuff he would do on that old channel just really was bad. But it just seemed like this guy was really trying to make an attempt to try to make a viral video and try to monetize himself through this. And yes, unfortunately, some of these people did believe in what he said and they wanted to follow through with what he was saying by taking down some of these advertisements. But now that they've followed through what has happened in the past 2 weeks, even Keemstar made a video about him and how this loser was trying to take down YouTube, but failed miserably because now this Matt person is leaving YouTube because he says, and I quote, that he can no longer be on this platform nor can he support it by the ways that YouTube is doing it. So he's taking a really left field approach by this. And so now that with him leaving, it's basically saying that there are some people out there that try to solve problems but really aren't doing them to the way that they should be. And this guy really figuratively took a sword and basically put it in his dying body that's known as his second channel, because not only is he basically just killed off his second channel, but he's killed his reputation, because he was making some really odd videos on his first channel, and the second channel just took a huge nosedive after this because the algorithm found his videos, but he's also somehow punishing YouTube for the fact that he's failing when he's not. And so, of course, this doesn't exactly relate to gaming news, but because Fortnite is a gaming company and Epic is doing this, the fact that Epic is starting to take more trust into YouTube again by putting ads on here, which, by the way, yes, Fortnite has run some ads. I have some pictures in the thumbnail as well. But with this being said, kind of goes to show that, like I said, some people just don't need to be involved in solutions. They just need to keep their mouths shut and not say anything. But really, that's all I gotta say about this. And I know there's some things I really missed out on. And if I said anything wrong, or if I did say anything that was negatively or anything that was wrong, make sure you leave it in the comment section down below, and I will obviously try to rectify that in the comment section. Also, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Let me know if you like these longer formatted videos where I try to go at least past 10 minutes, between 10 and 15 minutes. Make sure, if it works, let me know in the comment section down below. And until next time, I'm AndrewMycol, and I'll see you guys next time. Thumbs up. This is just an outro.